Hello, everybody. My name is Larson Mohr, this is work on cognitive drivers of flood preparedness, led by Professor Mach here at the University of Miami and Professor Brett Sanders at the University of California, Irvine. And so one of the motivating questions that we had going into this work is like, what drives people, like individuals, to prepare for flooding? And we looked at this question here in the context of Miami Dade County through a representative survey of the county residents. And so my key question looking at the survey data for this project was what drives people to take additional actions to prepare for flooding. We asked people in the survey a series of questions on like how many specific actions they have taken. To answer this, we used a modified protection motivation theory model, which is what you see on the screen, which takes into account socio-demographic factors, contextual factors, people's experience with flooding, people's exposure to flood information, and their cognitive appraisals, whether that's threat appraisal or coping appraisal, and how that all drives action, whether that's routine action or high-cost investment actions. And key to this study was the inclusion of institutional trust variables as a modifier for people's cognitive appraisals to flooding. And I looked at this in 3 dimensions, being government competence, protection and recovery systems, and official information sources. And I've already taken up most of my time just describing that, so I'm just going to quickly describe the initial findings. And so from our modeling, one thing that you see is that the most predictive variable driving people's behavior to take additional action to prepare for flooding is their previous experience with flooding, and that's true across routine and investment types of actions. And when it comes to people's cognitive beliefs on like how they trust government in terms of preparing for flooding, we find that there's like complex sets of how people respond to different aspects of government trust. So for instance, people's trust in the government, that the government can and will handle flooding, both preparation and recovery, leads to less preparation, whereas people's trust in systems such as the actual infrastructure or warning systems does actually lead to more individual preparedness. Thank you.